we've all lost people, and it's nice to think that they're still somewhere like looking over us. And I think there's kind of like a warm feeling about that.
First of all, thank you for having us and congratulations on the third season of the show. It's amazing. And my first question, it has to do a little thing about it. Is why do you think the series has been so successful at a time that there are so many shows on air nowadays?
Well, I have to credit the British creators of the original Ghosts. I think they came up with a really great premise that is very universal, and it gave us something that we could adapt that would but we could really make our own, in terms of like going into the history of American history with our ghosts. And I think, I don't know, it's just sort of I think we've all lost people, and it's nice to think that they're still somewhere like looking over us. And I think there's kind of like a warm feeling about that.
I think that's so true. And a follow-up question would be like, at first glance, like Ghost is a series about two people dealing with quirky characters who inhabit this shared space. But when we are reaching the third season, we understand that it actually explores much more. In your opinion, what would be like the central theme of Ghosts?
The central theme? That's an interesting question. I mean, I think it's like that we're only here for a short time and try to make the most of it. Our young couple at the center of our show has the advantage of these ghosts that they live with that can, help them with their young couple issues, and give them, the perspective of people who have lived lives and lost people and lost their own lives and been flies on the wall for, generations of watching other people. So the ghosts have a lot of experience that comes in handy to help guide our young couple.
I understand. You were talking a little bit about how lucky you were about of the original source material of the British version of this series. But at the same time, the style of British comedy is like quite different from the rest of the world. It's not only North American; like they have their own humor and the way they approach to certain situations. What are the challenges in adapting these particularities to an American version? How do you decide what to copy and what to tell in a completely different way? Besides the nationality, of course, of the ghost, right?
Sure. Well, I mean, there's some just practical differences. We do 22 episodes a season. They do 6. So we have to try to find ways to really get a lot more story out of each season. And I think their episodes are longer. They're half an hour. Ours are 22 minutes, and I think British sensibilities. Maybe the shows tend to be a little darker than American sitcoms, but we love their show, and we think we've been able to depart somewhat and make this show its own thing. And a lot of the credit goes to we have great writers, and we have an incredible cast, and they inhabit these characters and have really made it their own thing.
Do you feel it's more like a challenge or a possibility, this of doing like almost the double of episodes per season?
Well, it's both a challenge and an opportunity for sure. It's definitely a lot of work doing so many episodes, but we get to go down paths and really expound upon stories, that when you're only doing 6 episodes, you might not get to do.
This is a kind of strange question, but I don't know how to say it. How do you make the ghost feel so alive? They are, each one has their own aspiration and interest. When you think about ghosts and these spirits, I know that it's super fun. I really like ghosts. I really like your version, American version, much better than the English version, because I don't know, it resonates more within me. But I'm always looking at the screen saying like, these guys feel so alive. They are so joyful for moments. How do you achieve that?
I don't know. I think the actors are really good, and we try to give them stories that even though these are ghosts and they're people, some of them have been dead for 1,000 years. We try to give them relatable wants and things they're trying to solve and learn, and even though they're dead, that they're still trying to grow. So I also think just like a practical choice that the British version has and ours has, of course, is that unlike some ghost shows, they're not like translucent, they're not see-through, they just look like regular people, which I think helps you latch onto them and identify with them and relate to them.
I like that, because it's why making them translucent? Like, they are on screens, these girls see them, why they should be like translucent?
Exactly.
It's a really big cast at the same time. Do you find it like easier or harder to work with so many actors and actresses?
I think it's harder to have so many people in the cast in some ways, because, like I said, the episodes are only 22 minutes. So to, really service everyone is impossible, really. We don't really attempt to either. We try to focus on a few of them in any particular episode, but it does kind of give the show a very different feel from other shows, because we have sort of a Greek chorus of commentators, just in the background of every scene, weighing in on the goings on. So it's kind of fun.
It's super fun. My last question, and thank you for everything. It's been really nice talking to you. And this is the silly question, of course, and it's, if you were inevitable, like you couldn't stop it, and one day ghosts appear in your house, from what era and what country would you like them to be?
That's good. And I can see them in this scenario?
Yeah, you're the one that can see it. Maybe your family don't, which would be worse for you, but you can see them.
Oh man, I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. Pete seems kind of upbeat and warm and fuzzy and can do, so he seems like a fun guy to spend eternity with, although it could get grating, I guess. I think it's probably got ups and downs to spending eternity with any of them, but Pete seems nice.
Eternity is a long time, right? Joe, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thanks, Tomas.
I hope you have a great day.
You too.